Yes. It's steel.
But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean.
Keep it real.
Keeping it real.
Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Steven and this is Steel Keeping It Real. So you know what today is.
But you love me for my twang.
That's right, it is Twangin' Tuesday. And on this day I like to feature country music past, present, or future on the channel. Now I think this is going to be my last song. Normally I only do two, but for some reason I only did one yesterday and I kind of got to make up the day, and I was like, you know what, why not today? And this actually was a suggestion by somebody who asked me to do Eric Church's Country Music Jesus. Now this comes off of the album Chief, which came out in 2011. Now what gets me is that this song never charted. There were 5 other songs on this album that never charted, and I'm wondering why you chose this one. So I do take suggestions, and so that's what I'm going to do. I'm kind of, excited to hear what this is going to sound if you're picking like not a hit song. Now it does say that this album called Chief received a nomination for Best Country Album at the Grammys, 54th Grammys, and won Album of the Year at the CMA Awards and ACM Awards. And in 2020 the album was ranked at 419 on Rolling Stone's 500 Greatest Albums of All Time. So this must be pretty good, or at least the album is pretty good. So, when I think of this song called Country Music Jesus and how it wasn't ranked, I think of the song The Cross by Prince, which was off of the Sign of the Times album, which is a song that I love, that has religious connotations. It didn't chart, yet it is one of my favorites on the album. So, I can understand having, especially when it comes to Prince, there's a lot of other songs that he has on his albums that become your favorite, not necessarily the hit songs, because the hit songs are overplayed. So, if you like videos like this and others on the channel, please don't forget to hit the likes button, the subscribe button, and the notification button, because I'm doing at least 10 videos each and every week. So, without any further ado, here is Eric Church and Country Music Jesus.
Come on. What? Don't do that. Baby. Bob, don't do that. I have to.
You'll be fine on the mountain. Had a revelation last night, divine inspiration from the other side, what it's gonna take to right all this wrong. We need a country music Jesus to come and save us all. We need a second coming worse than bad. Some long-haired hippie prophet preaching from the book of Johnny Cash. A sheep among the wolves, they're standing tall. We need a country music Jesus to come and save us all. house on a foundation of stone. God send the country music Jesus to come and save us all. There'll be fire on the mountain, there'll be revival and banging drums, there'll be screaming and there'll be shouting, yeah, when my country music Jesus comes. Yeah, there'll be fire on the mountain, there'll be revival and banging drums, there'll be screaming and there'll be shouting when my country music Jesus comes. When my country music Jesus comes.
Okay. That song, I'm stunned for a minute. Only for the simple fact is that when you have headphones on, that starts off as a very moody song, and it has elements of old-time country that was like up in the hills where you know, like old hymnals and things like that. There'll be fire on the mountain, you know, that kind of thing. And then it gets into this. I'll tell you one thing. There's a guitar riff in there that's dun 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 dun. You know, I know where that comes from, whether he wants to admit it or not, but that's Bruce Springsteen's Fire.
I'm driving in my car.
Right there, and it was done by the Pointer Sisters as well. Now, going on with the rest of the song is a rockin' song. And then, you know, it gets really loud. I actually had to turn the volume down. I don't know if it's because of the quality of the lyrics video I have, or that's just the way the song is. And then when you get towards the end, it has this gospel sound, and you hear the clapping and everything else like that, and you could clearly hear gospel voices in the background singing, and towards the tail end, almost like the end of like Good Times. The only thing is that maybe some of the words, you know, I might take umbrage with. Woo, there's a word I haven't used in a while. Only for the simple fact is that, you know, I am a believer, but country music, Jesus, I understand the one that comes down and, you know, the one preaching from the book of Johnny Cash and everything else like that. But the revivals were more of a Caucasian thing than a black thing. When you go back and you look at the history of these tents that used to pop up, I think this was like maybe in the early 1900s, early to maybe the 30s and 40s, of these revivals that were popping up, preaching, you know, the Bible on, I would say, maybe a crowd that were, you know, a little bit poor. You're talking around the time of the Depression, and if you actually watch the first season of the new Perry Mason, they actually have the revival type of thing going on, and you know, these were popping up all over the place of people doing this and getting just the, you know, the congregational donations that people would do, and then they just move on to the next town once they bled it all dry. So that's the revival thing is more of a Caucasian thing. That's but the gospel thing is more of, you know, a both thing. Now, I grew up, you know, on Southern Baptist, and then but it was a slow Southern Baptist where you sang all the verses of Just As I Am. just to take some time in the church, and Old Rugged Cross and all these other kind of things. I miss the innocence that I had back in those days, but I would rather have the kind of music that's played in churches now, where it's a little bit more upbeat, a little bit more inclusive, a little bit not so preachy in your face. That's what the preacher is there for, to do the preaching. But the songs, are supposed to uplift and, keep you going. The one that you catch your old grandmama humming in the kitchen.
The upper room with Jesus.
That kind of thing, that just builds up a spirit. But otherwise, this almost sounds like something that I would expect Kid Rock to do back in the day. That's how rockin' this song was. That's how the atmosphere of this was. There was like almost transitions and things like that went on levels. And that's what I liked about the song. If you are still here, I thank you very much for staying tuned. I really do appreciate it. First and foremost, I want you guys to like the videos as much as I like making them for you. After that, all you need to do to help me out with the channel is to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Peace.